Good evening, everyone. This is Tala with Drive-thru Therapy. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It's exciting to be back. And let me tell you, I've been working up some different things that have been inspiring me to make episodes about, but I've had some trouble with my email. I was wondering for a while, why wasn't I getting any email, which is strange for me, but I didn't know how to fix it. And so finally, somebody suggested that I would clean out my email box, my inbox. And so I did that, and finally I was able to get an email from one of the listeners, which I'm going to talk about today. But if you sent me an email and I never responded to you, it is more than likely because I did not get it. So please feel free to resend it. Just the same email. Just press resend on that thing and it will come to me. I definitely could use the inspiration always from the people that listen, just like the one I'm going to be using today from a listener. And we're going to call her Penny. And Penny sent an email asking about friendships. And I tell you, there's no topic ever that's too small or too big for this podcast. If you send me a topic about the stuff that I really enjoy is that every little day things that we deal with. That's the stuff that I really like to look into. I love the details that go into that. So if you notice that there's a topic that we need to talk about, you just send it over. Just press send. Type it up, press send. Okay? But going back to Penny's email, she was talking about friendships, and she said that she had a friend that she has not been speaking to for many years. She missed this friend, and she admits that it was her that started or initiated some of the conflict that resulted, from jealousy, what have you, and she takes responsibility fully for that. Which is what I really like about Penny's email is that, you can tell that through the years, she really developed this ability to take responsibility and say, you know what, I was young back then, I didn't know. And she's asking today, how do I go about speaking to this friend? Because we have friends in similar circles and we have group chats, but I'm not able to speak to this friend. Or I think what she's saying is that she feels hesitant in speaking to the friend or initiating. And she's asking, how do I do that? How do I initiate conversation with this friend after I've hurt her? I mean, we're talking about 10 years ago, okay? All right. So Penny, I love this question. I really do, because this is all about, I've kind of summed it down here to the fear of what you think would happen if you did do it. If you did go and initiate a conversation with her or anything like that. Whatever's happening in your mind is the worst case scenario, whatever that fear is. But most of the time, if I just pluck it a little bit at a time and dissect it a little bit, poke at it some more, I'll find out that at the core of all of this is just an old-fashioned fear of rejection. So whatever scenario that you have prompted in your mind here is really resulting from that fear. Friends, I'd like to describe as family members that we actually choose. They have the lightest form of energy because they see us as we are. I think for the majority of the people that we meet in our lifetime, friends actually see us closest to our authentic selves. It's the person that we show our innermost secrets, and they have nothing to lose for hearing us out, or nothing to gain for that matter most of the time, right? And friends are family members to many of us that don't have family members that we're very attached to. And so the bonding there is pretty heavy duty. To experience a fear of rejection from friends is not really about the friend themselves. It's really about myself. I'm afraid to go up to this friend and apologize. I'm afraid that this friend would reject me and I wouldn't know what to say. So Penny, the first thing I'm going to tell you to do is to really go within and to prepare yourself with anything that this friend of yours can say to you about your past, about what happened. I need you to replay it in your mind. And this is why I need you to do that. Because whatever your friend says, she's allowed to say. And I need you to be prepared and stomach what she's allowed to say. When we take responsibility and we do a lot of self-forgiveness, then what ends up happening is that I learn to accept myself, accept my decisions, accept my mistakes, and also my need to learn from them. It would be a darn shame if we lived a world making no mistakes. There'll be nothing to learn. It won't be fun. So we're allowed to grow. We're allowed to be flexible. We're allowed to misjudge a situation and act impulsively and learn the lessons that come with the beautiful friendships that we form. Penny, you're allowed to miss your friend. Hell, I think that's a great thing that you do. It's a sign of maturity that says, you know what? This is all bullshit. I just want to talk to my friend. I miss her. And I think that's great. I think that's great. So we take from here on out the responsibility. That means whatever my friend would have to say to me, I will have to accept that this is her opinion about it. I don't need to defend or need to explain myself. Allow this friend just to say what's on her mind, Penny, because in the end, it's going to help get everything out in the open. You'll realize what this person has been holding back, thinking about, and at that moment, if you feel it to be relevant, you can clarify things for her, perhaps, or take responsibility. Because if I was responsible for some of the stuff that happened in the past, I can say, absolutely, you're right. You're allowed to feel this way. I did do those things. I did say those things. There's no excuse. I apologize. I'm allowed to learn from them. So create that spaciousness within you. Visualize what this friend of yours might say, the worst thing that she might say to you, because that's exactly what you're fearing. But I want you to kind of add the idea within is that she's allowed to say it. Heck, she's allowed to say it. That's what's really good about this is when you take ownership like you have, she's allowed to say those things and you accept them. We accept them. We accept ourselves in them. We accept our role in them. And whatever that's not yours to accept, you don't have to. But whatever is yours, that's what we own. It's worth always fighting for a friend, but it doesn't have to be a fight. Allow the friend to make a decision whether she wants to talk to you or not. But you need to kind of take the risk of jumping in there and initiating something, saying hello, maybe apologizing, whatever it is that you feel you need to say. I find this most of the time that whatever worst case scenario I had in my head is not really how it played out. It was much simpler than what I had, playing, an epic Twilight saga in my head, but that's not how it played out in reality. So, Penny, use your wisdom on this one because I can feel it when I was reading your email that you're very wise and that you understand what's happening here and that this friend is so worthy of you taking that step because I know you miss her. I don't want you to regret never taking risks when you needed to have taken them. And this is one risk in life that's worth taking. Don't let fear of rejection stop you. You'll find that that's probably the best lesson this friend can teach you. You'll like yourself for it no matter what happens. That's what I need you to be accepting of yourself no matter what occurs. It's good to put our part in. It's good for us to say, I apologize, get this off my chest. You've been a great friend. I've missed you. Saying it out loud to that person if you want to. Being vulnerable is a sign of strength, not weakness. And, as long as we have self-acceptance, we can be as vulnerable as we want because we'll always have our boundaries with that. If I realize that person wants to continue to hurt me, then I'm going to step back humbly and say, okay, I guess that friendship is over. But if that friend decides to open up their arms and, go in for a hug, well, then I guess we're going to go in for the hug. So allow any outcome to happen. That's how we deal with life is we let it flow. We let it play out the way it needs to play out. And it will do that for you. It'll surprise you most of the time in a great way. So allow that surprise to happen. Take that risk. Let the adventure happen from there. See whatever the outcome is, you're ready to face it today. And I know that's not the same person that you were 10 years ago. Hell, I don't think it's the same person that you were last week. Keep that in mind. Be gentle, be kind to you, Penny. You deserve to have your friend back. But at the minimum, at least, I think you deserve to feel good and relieve yourself with an apology for somebody who may have needed it. That's worth it altogether, no matter what the outcome is. That takes courage to own that. So don't miss out on that part alone. But I completely understand it. I would completely understand the fear of rejection. It's there. It's a human fear. So for everybody out there, Penny is just reminding us that our friends are people that we don't have to be with or have to eat Thanksgiving dinner with, right? Even if we don't like them. No, our friends are people that we do choose to invite into our world. They mirror where we're at in certain times of our life. So you'll see that even your friendships will evolve and they'll grow. Or sometimes you will outgrow a friendship. That will occur as well. So allow for all that to happen. But if there's a soul connection with someone, and you know what I'm talking about, right? Like this connection with a friend that just knows you so well, like can finish your sentences for you, you just connect on a soul level, then even if you haven't spoken in years, what's great about that friend is the second that you pick up that phone and you speak to them, it's like you guys know the same language. You pick up where you left off. I just don't know how that magically happens. It doesn't happen much with a lot of people. But with friendships, oh man, really good friendships, they're just worth celebrating. And I can always pick up where we left off. I don't have to explain myself too much. They know me. There's no grudges being held. Because I don't hold grudges. And so I pick friends probably that don't hold grudges either. So they mirror a lot of that. And if friends get upset, that's okay. They're allowed to have their feelings in my world. All I gotta do is, take ownership of what's mine. If I need to apologize, I do. I do apologize whether it's a friend or not. If I make a mistake, I that tends to be a habit I like to keep, which just makes me a more developed person emotionally, spiritually, mentally. So, yeah, I think it's a upgrade, Penny, if you decide to initiate conversation with that friend. You'll find so much benefit from it. Just no matter what happens, no matter what the outcome is, it'll feel like you did something. You lifted a burden off of you. And that's always good. That's always good. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. It was a pretty simple topic. And really, I want to thank Penny for this email. That was a lovely, just well-written email about a fear that all of us have at one point in our lifetime. To initiate speech with a friend that we may have wronged at one point. Let's learn from the past. We don't need to keep running from it. Please, you guys, if you have any topics that you want to deliver over to me, feel free to email me. Now that the email is unclogged, you can email me at talaibra8888@gmail.com. Thank you again, Penny, for your contribution. I appreciate it. And we love you. Sending you really good energy and support. This has been an episode of Drive-thru.